Good evening. How are you doing tonight, sir?
All right, I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. So there are a lot of things that we have to talk about tonight. I see, first of all, that you're fighting on ESPN Plus on April 10th.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
do you do you know anything about your opponent?
No, not really anything about him. I just seen like a 30-second clip on him, and that's about it. He's coming off of a knockout victory, but I wasn't impressed with it. And I mean, I ain't been able to find like any sparring or any fight videos outside of that one.
Okay. How long have you been fighting yourself?
Me, I this is my first year as a professional fighter, but I was a 3-year amateur, so this is fourth year altogether. Within that four years, I've been able to move at a pretty good pace.
So when did you first start boxing?
I took an interest in it when I was younger, when I was like 15, but I never actually competed till I was like 22. So I'm 26 right now.
So once again, I got to ask, what made you decide at that age that you decided that you wanted to get in the ring and do this full time?
Um, I've always had a certain amount of confidence in myself, and knowing that if I was to really dedicate myself, because I'm a hard worker. One thing you can always control is your effort, and I just dedicated myself to the gym. I felt like that was where I was supposed to be. It's like something always kept calling me back to come to the gym, and so yeah, I just never left the gym. In a 4-year span, I just been in the gym.
Okay, so now a lot of times you have young fighters that are working their way into their man strength. At 26, do you think that you already have your man strength? Do you think that's kind of like behind you now, and you can concentrate on really getting your honing your craft rather than worrying about fluctuations in weight?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think my weight really moves around that much, but I have gotten a lot bigger. So when I competed in the amateurs, I was only like 215. Now I'm actually like 230, and I was able to do so well at a lighter weight. But I think a lot of it comes from just living the lifestyle too. You go through that transitional period where you in the gym, you spawn with high level athletes, and that you just kind of grow and you adapt to your environment. So I think I've gotten stronger being in my environment. Also learning to find my punches, learning to sit down here and there. You could kind of use your natural ability a little bit better.
Okay, now who's your trainer, and how long have you been with them?
So I've been working with Bones Adams since the beginning of this year. Earlier in the year, last year, I came and made my professional debut with Justin Gamber. That's Caleb Plant's coach, but made the transition over to Bones Adams, and that's been really smooth. We think a lot alike on strategy. So he's a offensive and defensive guy, but he likes to be a little bit more aggressive, and I like to do that too.
Okay, so you're out there in Bones Adams' gym. I've been fortunate enough to visit Bones out there before the COVID. So I know a little bit about Bones and about the gym and that. So you're in a very confined environment. I mean, it's not really accessible to the public.
Yeah.
But uh, have you been able to? I know Bones does a lot of one-on-one work. He's been working for quite some time, but uh, how have you been able to fit that into what's been going on? With you guys are also a pretty tight knit family.
Yeah.
Are you doing sparring yet? Light sparring. I know you have the facilities laid out, as far as physical workouts, heavy bags, and things like that. But uh, how's your ring rust?
Oh yeah, yeah. The ring, no ring rust. Everything is really sharp. Everything is really in tune. We got a lot of heavyweights in this gym. Like you said, it's a private facility, so people ain't just rolling in there unless they get the AOK with from the man Bones himself. And on top of that, like you have like I say, some of the, top heavyweights in Vegas out there. You know what I'm saying? So like we got Michael Hunter that comes in the gym, Johnny Rice over there. We got a really high level amateur that boxes out there, Skyler. So like there's just a lot of heavyweights pop up over there. Jared Anderson's came, but I never sparred with him. I was always out of town whenever he would come through. But yeah, it's like it's interesting. Everybody just pops up there. I heard FA popped up one time. Like I say, I've only been over there since the beginning of this year, so like I haven't seen everybody, but we get it in. We consistently work Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You know where we be.
Okay. And personality. Bones, I mean, some people could say that Bones is kind of an acquired taste because Bones takes care of business. He's not really he's kind of what we call back in the day a no nonsense guy. How did that mesh with you and your personality?
One thing about me, I'm strictly business. You know what I'm saying? I like to have a lot of fun. I can joke too. And I think we all cut up in there, man. It's like you said, it's like a family up in there. Everybody's really close. But at the end of the day, whenever I get up in there, man, I'm just thinking about, getting the job done for the day. And, then we can talk and we can kind of like BS a little bit on the side later. And I think that works out, you know what I'm saying? Like, our natures are very similar, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I think he likes me a lot. Because he could tell like it's not a front with me. It's like I just come in and that's how I do it.
Well, you knew it was coming sooner or later. Dreamland.
Yeah.
Where did it come from? How'd you get it? I mean,
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So Dreamland, actually I got the tattoo on my neck earlier last year, right before the end of last year, and it was kind of like my coming into own. Um, so Dreamland pretty much is like me being from Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's where Black Wall Street was at. And so if you know anything about the history of that, they had the Dreamland Theater, Williams Theaters that used to be out there. That was home to a lot of the prominent, Black artists that would go perform there, and they would have movies and different things. Everything got burned down. That's part of the history during the massacre. But I like to focus on the abundance and everything like that, the uplifting side of it before everything went to what it was. And Dreamland, it just came from like my lifestyle over the last couple of years has been like a movie. Little project kid from the north side of Tulsa, traveling the world, crossing the seas. You know what I'm saying? Fighting anybody. You know what I'm saying? Pulling up on anybody, sparring with anybody. Just going, you know what I'm saying? So it's been like a movie, man. I like to say my life has been somewhat of a movie. So Dreamland is fitting.
Now, Tulsa to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Culture shock?
Yeah, I would say so. It's a lot. Things are a lot bigger out here. Like there's a lot more activity, a lot more things happening. Um, it's funny though. I've been here for about a year, and I think I've settled in pretty good. Made it a home for sure. Tulsa always be where I'm from, and my home too. But home be where you lay your head. And so it was definitely like some things that are different. I still get lost if I'm not driving to and from the gym. That's all I do. That's all I do. You know what I'm saying? I come home, I drink my water, and that's where I'll be at. But yeah, it's really nice out here. Really nice, and it really it's a really chill spot. You know what I'm saying? Just don't come out here with no vices, and you'll be all right.
Yeah, well, just you didn't have to worry about bringing no snow with you. That's for sure. Uh, yeah, but it does get. Were you well? Being from Oklahoma, I guess you were kind of used to those chilly nights and hot days, though.
Oh yeah. I mean, the summer out here in Vegas, that surprised me the most because that dry heat was definitely different. We get hot days in Tulsa and Oklahoma, but it don't be dry like that. It don't just be like you walk out 5 o'clock in the morning and you like, whoa, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Usually back home you might see some dew on the leaves or something like that, but no, it's just straight hot. So that was something new. You know what I'm saying? Really made you take care of yourself as an athlete, because you might be able to get away with not drinking water out there. But if you try to do that out here, man, you pass out somewhere. At this level of training, it ain't gonna happen. Uh, so that was cool. But yeah, I was watching everybody back in February. I was actually in LA training with Charles Martin, and I seen them
Okay.
boys. I seen the boys back there sliding on that ice, and I was like, man, I ain't built for it. I don't know if I'm built for it.
Yeah, I moved out here from Pennsylvania, man. You know, like I tell people, the only time I want to see snow is if my cable went out. But that's you know. But you said you were a big boy. What you said 230 now? You walk around about 230?
Yeah, about 230, 235, and just slowly been increasing and stuff. It's not even rushed to like put on a whole bunch of weight. You know what I'm saying? Like the skills always pay the bills. And make sure you know what you're doing in the ring, know how to move, know how to pop. I've been had pop, but we just putting some more things together, me and my team, which is like Coach Larry Wade and Paul Longworth and my manager Mike Leonardi at Victory Sports.
Okay, so have these guys always been a part of your team?
For the last year, yeah, we've been, just trying to get everything together. It's been tough, just considering, the state of boxing's in right now in the world, but now things are starting to, clear up. I'm not gonna say go back to normal, but clear up. It's creating new opportunities.
Now, as a heavyweight, you don't have to worry about uh, the scale. But what do you consider your optimal weight? When you see guys like I'm going right to the top here. You see a guy like Tyson Fury, 35-inch stool. I mean, I know he's the exception rather than the rule. But
Yeah,
you talking about guys, still 230, 240, 250. It only takes one to the chin to put you to sleep.
yeah, exactly.
So, this is the one weight class where it doesn't always take an accumulation of punches. So, once again, like who are some of the, what do you think your optimal weight is, and uh, would you consider, or do you think that like 230, do you think that there should be a super heavyweight class, or do you think that are you kind of satisfied with that unlimited weight?
Yeah, I mean, the unlimited weight. It don't as a fighter. It don't bother me none. You know what I'm saying? I guess I can understand it from a business perspective. I mean, if the money's always right, you know what I'm saying, then that's what the people are going to gravitate towards. But for me, fighting is fighting. I've been I've been able to share the ring with some pretty big guys, some pretty heavy punches, some different size people, such as like Joe Joyce and just some things like that. So like and Dane Dubois, he was a really big puncher, I believe. Uh, and yeah, none of us been able to shy me away from the sport. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the heavyweight division, like you say. This is where people thrive on getting off on that one shot, and then that's the night. But that being said, you just gotta prepare and train and know what you go stepping into. If you ever feel any type of pullback or pushback, then you probably shouldn't be doing it in the first place. So
Now, do you come from a big family? Are you a family man yourself?
yeah, I got so I have five older brothers. I'm the youngest of six. And I have my son now. He was born last year. His birthday was actually March 16th. I went home for that. But outside of that, man, yeah, just we was always, somewhere like, I was always getting picked on by them. They was trying to till I was about 13. Then I just started turning the tables on everybody. So yeah. I mean, used to it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't always big. I definitely wasn't always the biggest. So I think that gives me a lot of heart and a lot of fight in me.
Uh, you spoke of like being out there with Bones for a year, and you said your son is just a little over a year old. Was there a coincidence in between you moving to Las Vegas and trying to make a better life for yourself and the birth of your son?
Oh, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a huge influencer on, why I came out here to begin with, and just why, what's keeping me out here now. You know what I'm saying? What's keeping me, in the fight, keeping me steady, keeping me hungry. You know what I'm saying? One day be able to provide a better life, and to be there, and make sure that he can, always not need for nothing. I mean, he's in really good hands, but it's something to have, so your daddy, he can be proud of his daddy. You know what I'm saying? Proud of his daddy whenever you look up.
And were you born and raised in Tulsa?
Yeah. So we were actually living in California, but our house burned down when I was really young. So then we came back to Tulsa, and I've been in Tulsa ever since. Outside of that, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty much the only place I knew up until a few years ago, and it seems like now I've traveled so much, man. I've just seen so many things. I've been able to bring back different ideas and concepts. It's been really nice.
And I guess being from Oklahoma, there's not a lot of history as far as champions coming from Tulsa, but you did mention the black stock market and things of that nature. Did you go to finish your high school out in Tulsa, and did you play any other sports?
Yeah, I did. So I played football my senior year, and then decided to walk on to a university, a college university. Out of 52 walk-ons, only two of us got scholarships. I was one of those two, um, and then stayed there. Had things going really good for me with that, but like I said, my heart wasn't in it, so I actually walked away from that. And like I always listen to my mom, coming up, and she always told me to, follow my dreams and my passions and stuff. And the only reason why I didn't box earlier in my life is because she didn't want me to at the time. Being respectful to her, I didn't want to, disrespect her. And then college football offered me an opportunity, to get out of my environment, and it helped me expand my thinking and everything like that. So it was a blessing, what I'm saying, to get that opportunity.
And I see a picture there behind you. I can't really make out what it is, but I'm going to assume that since you moved there from Tulsa, you had to bring that from Tulsa with you.
Yeah. That's a roster line. You know what I'm saying? I've had that since my college days actually, and it's moved around with me. I've kept it. It's been right here with me. It's kind of like just I surround myself with like different pictures and stuff. So I got a couple different things that just motivate me and stuff like that. So I got the Ali photo over here. As soon as I come up my stairs, the first thing I'm gonna see, what I'm saying, is Ali in the back, right there.
Okay. All right.
So yeah.
So you seem to surround yourself with a lot of positive things. Uh, do you have any type of spiritual background at all?
Yeah, I mean, I was raised in the church. I was raised. Um, we was raised Baptist for a while. Then my mom ended up going to a Pentecostal church. She was apostolic. Was raised, you know, very strictly from the ages like 15. Really, I had a lot of freedom whenever before we joined that church. Then I was in church like 5 times a week. But I would try to get out. My mom, she make sure I go, and then I started going on my own. And I met some really good mentors, and I still talk to some of them to this day. And they really helped me out.
How did what was that conversation with your mom like? When you told her that Mom, I want to punch guys in the face for a living.
The same as when I was a kid. You know, it wasn't no different. It was what, yo, because I mean, I was already in school too, and you know, they hadn't nobody had known that like my desires were changing, and so like instead of waste my own time and going to debt, you know what I'm saying, not fully focused on school, I decided that I would, just start training on the side and get my mind right, see if I really want to do it. And yeah, when I said I was all in, I was really all in. And I told her about it, and she was nervous at first, but then she came to my first fight, and yeah, she been my biggest supporter ever since. Like, she don't think, I lost a couple amateur fights, and she was always shocked. She was, you know what I'm saying? She just know I don't play. She know I'm serious. So it was like really nothing but love and support from her.
So what's your record now?
I'm 2-0 currently as a professional. 2-0. This will be my third bout coming April 10th, and we gonna turn that to 3-0.
Now, is this a 4 rounder, an 8 rounder? How's your progression going here?
Yeah, so this is a 4 rounder. I talked to my team, and this will probably be my last 4 rounder, and then we'll jump up. So yeah, this is a 4 rounder here, but I'm prepared to do. I'm prepared to do more. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't gonna go that long either. I don't see it going 4 rounds.
Okay, sounds like Dreamland is getting ready to put somebody to sleep.
Yeah, yeah.
But so, are you going to be a part of the televised part, or are you the last bout before that we go to the televised part?
No, yeah, my bout will be televised, so I have a chance to, get mine televised and uh, be out there on the national spotlight. So I'll definitely make sure the people remember who I am.
Now, I was just notified by one of my audience, and I don't know why this didn't click to me right away because I came up during this era. But it was also mentioned that one of the top heavyweights, James Quick Tillis, is from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Did you know anything about Quick Tillis?
Oh yeah. Everybody know James out that way. It's funny. He was at one of my fights. I was fighting and I didn't get to catch him, so I didn't get to say anything to him. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't officially met him. I know he's family members. One Coach Reed out there. Me and Coach Reed, really solid man. We go really long, really way back. But yeah, James is up from out there. We had Alan Green who fought in the Super Six against Andre Ward, National Gold Gloves winner, really talented. But yeah, I'm trying to, follow in those footsteps and, and go beyond, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's nothing but love from them. James has passed words to me through other people, you know what I'm saying? So I'm appreciative of that.
Um, right now, I know you're only 2-0, and you're like you say, you're just kind of getting your feet wet. But when you look at your style, are you a boxer puncher, or I mean, what do you think? Are you going to be one of those guys that you intend to have a long career, or do you intend to just I don't want to say just mop your way through the heavyweights, but you do seem to be a pretty big boy there, and I'm not gonna give you no lip. Well, I can now because we're very far away, but you know. But what are some of your expectations? And like you say, you thinking that this is going to be your last 4 rounder. So that would mean that it's what, April. So I'm assuming by September, October, you'd want to get a 6 or an 8 rounder in. Kind of, take us through what your ideal year would be.
Definitely seeking longevity in the sport. I think um, that's what my manager and everybody, what I'm saying, what they sought out for me about. We're seeking to be up amongst the top. So I think the progression we're on right now is just a steady one, and we kind of evaluate it fight for fight. And then, I understand like they've been through this process and stuff like that, so I have to allow them to also help guide me through that as well.
Right now, considering where you are, who do you think is the top heavyweight in the world right now?
Ooh, I mean, top heavyweight, I would have to go ahead and give that to Fury. Um, I believe after his performance, what he was able to show, his adjustments coming back into the fight, without a doubt, it's definitely Fury. He's still the unbeaten. He has that controversial draw with Wilder, uh, but it seemed to me like he made the right adjustments, and he took the fight to Wilder, which is something that nobody expected him to do. He just looked like a different animal in there.
And did you get a chance to watch the Povetkin Dylan White fight this weekend?
I did. I seen that, and it looked like Povetkin's legs or something was just shot from the jump. I don't know. I think he's coming to the end of everything. He's a very dangerous dude. I actually picked him in the first fight. I picked him in the first fight to beat White. With me and my manager, we was just talking about it. And he's got a hell of a pedigree. So I always thought he was, one of those guys that's just super dangerous. But Styles make fights. He got the draw with Mike Hunter. I knew that was the style I was going to take to really, get him. But I didn't think White's boxing style was really like effective because I've seen him get caught in the chin and that happened. You know what I'm saying? He gets sparked out a couple times.
What do you think about a possible fight between Deontay Wilder and Dylan White?
Nah. I mean, that's not really a fight. Nobody. They can sit here and try to hype it up for the TV, but who's interested? Who's really interested in that? I think White just gets sparked out maybe in like 2 or 3. He can't avoid taking the shot. Wilder's too big, too athletic, and nah.
Well, now I know it's not the fight that we necessarily wanted to see, but if you have the rumors that if they're true, no one's shown any papers yet, but supposedly Joshua and Fury have signed a 2-fight deal, and maybe there's talks of both of them giving up their belts in order to make the money, and it kind of freezes Deontay out, which is kind of something that I was saying, a little while ago. So, do you ever think, if we have a 2-fight deal with Fury and Joshua, do you think that we're going to see the winner fight Deontay Wilder?
I don't know. I don't really. There's a couple of sides to that. Like,
yes, that's it.
Yeah, a couple of sides to that. I don't think because Wilder, I'm definitely not discrediting Wilder. I think he is always dangerous, and that fight between him and Joshua could possibly go either way. At all times. But just because the ability. Until Joshua shows that he's starting to develop more toe game. He can move around, be a little bit more loose and not as robotic. Not saying like, he ain't strong as all get out, but when it comes down to just boxing and boxing skills, Tyson Fury takes that. So like the 3 of those 2 up there, they seem so interchangeable on the night, So you got to be really careful. I believe Wilder should get a rematch with Tyson Fury just to go ahead and squash everything. But then that might, dump his whole career if he loses again. So I don't know. But they're very interchangeable. It's not like Wilder got the one trick, but it's a very good trick.
Yeah, like a very very good trick. You say what? 40 guys have shown that. Do you consider? I forgot to ask you. Do you consider yourself a knockout puncher?
Yeah, I believe, I possess the power, to get guys out of there. You know what I'm saying? I think for me, it's more uh, finding the shot and placing the shot. Make sure I can do it, get off when it needs to be, let off. But yeah, I definitely carry the power. Um, and when you ask me if I'm a boxer, puncher, whatever, it's really for whatever it calls for. You know what I'm saying? I can box you out, or you know what I'm saying, I can bang you out of there. It just depends on what you're asking for.
Now, now, Bones is more of a technician than I mean, he was the same way in the ring, even though he had the heart of a lion like you have right there behind you. But you know, uh, do you find having a smaller guy with that much heart, does it instill a big guy like you?
Oh, for sure, for sure. When I'm watching the way he's trying to get his point across and his passion about it and his approach to it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I feel that, you know what I'm saying? And we get on the heavy bag, we work, you know what I'm saying? We get on the pads and we work. Uh, I don't think, because some guys can't all train heavyweights, you know what I'm saying? You got to be careful about that. You get around people and they have you doing something like a light guy. But no, he's very effective in what he does, and I think that's the technician you're talking about.
Yeah. That's definitely it. Well, Jeremiah, was good having you on the show. Now, I'm gonna make a commitment to you, and I'm gonna
Okay.
see if you live up to it. Okay.
So
If you win on the 10th, we'll have you back.
let's go. We coming back. We coming back,
so
baby.
so I'm gonna put that on my calendar. Jeremiah Milton,
Yes, sir.
and we're gonna book you for the same time. Now, if I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be here. So I'm gonna put the onus on you. Are you gonna be here at 3-0?
I'm gonna be at 3-0. 3-0. We're gonna be talking about the next one.
All right then. All right. So why don't you tell everybody where they can find you at? Give us your final thoughts for the night, and I look forward to having you back in what about 14 days.
About 14 days, we'll run it right back.
All right
Like
then.
I say, this is Jeremiah Dreamland Milton. You can find me at Dreamland_Milton on Instagram. I appreciate the Dawg Pound for having me on tonight, man. And we talking about my town, Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is where my fight is gonna be. The city that born and raised me and molded me. Um, I got a lot of excitement, a lot of buzz around this fight, man. So I'm feeling great about it. Yeah, just stay tuned and keep up with the journey.
Hey, we'll be there step by step with you. But I'm gonna tell you, man. It's embarrassing to lose in your hometown, man.
It would be.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it would be.
I'll I'll see you in 14 days.
Absolutely.
All right, brother. You have a great night. Looking forward to having you back.
Pleasure.
All right.